Here we go. Welcome to week 12 of On Top the Cage. It is our Thanksgiving show. It is the time to get back. We thought we were going to give you the much anticipated return of Mark the Mechanic, but he was a late scratch.
Late scratch.
He was a late scratch. The cornucopia of craziness would have went wild, but Dan and I are here to entertain you again and hopefully provide you some winners. I do have my father-in-law Tom right in the background. I'm
Studio audience.
Yeah. So he's been up here since last Thursday. I'm going to stay here through the holiday and then be back shortly after that, I'm sure. So, in any event, new little bit of change on the set. You can probably see it right here.
Yeah.
Found this at the local Dollar General. I got so much grief about the leg lamp and a Christmas story.
Fragile.
Not being familiar with it. I tell you what, my mother-in-law Barbara, she's Team Ken on this stuff. She's like, I don't know if I've seen that. And then Tom was here. He's like, the kid who puts his tongue on. She's like, that's stupid. Tongue on the pole. Yeah, that's stupid. I've seen pieces of it.
Come on.
Yeah, she's Team Ken. I love it. So anyway,
Ken's got electric sex right there.
I don't know all that. I have to watch.
You gotta watch the damn movie.
I have a date
You're
with
gonna
Tom.
have to watch it like 3 times to pick up all the lines.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have a date with Tom on the couch. Tom, you probably logged 3 Hallmark movies with my wife Katie already since you've been up here, right? On the couch? Maybe five. So we'll get commentary from Tom throughout the show, I'm sure. So, Dan, we went on our tree hunt last Saturday, I told you, right?
Yeah, are they in the house?
They're in the house.
No, wait. I didn't notice on the front coming in.
They're not
Is
lit
it
yet.
on?
Not lit. Yeah. It's a.
You just got them in there and you're watering them.
Yes, correct. I mean, it's a big project. I don't do any of it. That's Katie, and the one that Dan's referencing, the great big one in the front room, is what we call the sand dollar tree. It was a tradition from our family. Tom, they're all from Florida, South Florida, if you will. In any event, it'll happen, but we went, an hour away to Worcester, Ohio, looking for these trees. And we got there, and there were a couple up front, that were pretty good sized. But Katie wasn't happy with that. So she's like, we got to go to the farm. And so my wife generally gets what she wants in regards to talking to people. And sure enough, we end up on a fucking tractor in a wagon, and we get toted out here. All the way out there. So, and we're out there for like 30, 40 minutes, but we can't find the perfect tree. The one that Katie really wants.
Did you have beer with you?
No, I didn't know we were doing the whole tractor ride and things like that. But the one that Katie really wanted had a tag on it. It said John from Solon.
Oh,
Solon's what?
Yeah, that's a while.
That's a ways from Worcester, right?
It took you an hour to get there. It took John from Solon. That's probably a 2-hour trip.
It was a beautiful tree. Katie was kind of bargaining with the
John from Solon's probably sending somebody to pick it up.
I saved John from Solon. My wife, 100%, was trying to bargain with the couple of kids that were out there with the chainsaw and helping us.
The tag?
Oh, yeah. Like, it was close to happening. And here's the crazy shit. So we finally decide on a tree, right? They bring it all the way back, and then, they're getting ready to put it through the bundler or whatever it is, shake it, bundle, put it in things so we can actually get it on the truck and, get it home. And then Katie finds one inside she likes better.
No way. After they'd already cut it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So she found one. She's like, it's the best tree we've had in that front room. No, it's enormous, and it's not fat. It's not skinny, but it's not crazy. When you get a 16, 17-foot tree, generally they're just so wide, right? Not this one. It's perfect. It's probably the best sand dollar tree we've had. I'm looking forward to it getting lit up. The one inside, we always get to. I didn't like our selection for the 9 to 10 footers that we have in the main room. It's fat. It's super fat.
Taken the one that you cut down and chopped more off.
Right. So that was our experience. It was a good time. We went to B-Dubs afterwards, had some wings and beers. That's our tradition, and the trees went up pretty well. Didn't have any outside help. We didn't need my neighbor Brian or anybody like that. They went up pretty good, so
nice.
Not a lot of arguments, so that was all good. So let's do our beer review, and then we're going to talk about some more stuff.
Nice. This is, the brewer is,
it's Masthead.
It's Masthead. Wait, I thought I saw, New England. Forest Critters is what it's called.
It 100% is.
There's a raccoon on there, wild turkey.
Let's not bury the lead. There's a turkey. They're bellied up to the bar.
A deer, the Easter Bunny's on here, and
It's a
then
rabbit.
some kind of bird.
That's right. There's a hawk. I don't think the hawk has a beard, but the turkey, the coon.
Or did I
And the
say
deer certainly
beard?
do.
What the hell?
What'd you say?
Did I say beard?
No.
It's a bird.
You said bird. I think you said.
Did
Did
I
you say
say
bird?
bird?
You said bird, right, Tom? I think he's fine. Meanwhile, I mean, I don't want to bury the lead. There is a turkey on there, and it is Thanksgiving week. But the real reason why I picked this beer is because it's interior forest critter season at our house. It seems like the last 2 or 3 years running, we've had flying squirrel, chipmunk randomly in the house, and we got to catch these fucking things. I mean, they're fucking elite athletes. I mean, trying to catch these things with, like, you know, a fishing net and all this other good stuff. What do you got,
The
Dan?
message is funny here. During the quarantine from, I'm assuming COVID.
COVID, I would think.
During the quarantine, downtown was nearly overtaken by forest critters. Deer were riding the buses into their newfound office jobs. Turkeys were walking the empty streets. A squad of squirrels was living in our electrical room. A
Shit.
rabbit was eating the wires in our chiller. And a hawk was feasting. The brew commemorates the time when nature returned to downtown Cleveland.
It sounds like this beer's been in my basement for a long time. It hasn't.
It does sound. I'm like, is this from 2020?
No, it's only been like 2 months, but it's like I spoke this shit into existence.
Maybe it was in their basement.
Maybe. Literally, we had a raccoon in one of the interior walls outside of Katie and I's master bedroom. You tried it? I haven't tried it yet. Is it good? We like it?
It tastes like an IPA.
What is it? 8.2?
8.2.
That's wheelhouse.
It's kind of light though. It's not.
Yeah,
a heavy
it's
IPA.
probably. I bought it over the summer.
It's
not been-
lighter than what we did last week.
Yeah, it's not been down there terribly long, but it's like I spoke this shit into existence. We haven't had the flying squirrel, the chipmunk, things like that we had to capture that got loose in the house. But we did on Sunday have a raccoon in one of the interior walls. We had this big house with different like pitches and things like that, and you can't even get to the area where
You
that
have
is over there.
raccoons in your house so often. I think there's a door up there that you don't know about.
I don't know.
On one of the peaks, you can't see it.
I think the chipmunks and the flying squirrels come from the damn big trees, but this is a different problem. My wife, she watches too much CSI. Like immediately, and loves Amazon. Immediately, like this contraption shows up at the house. It's like a camera that has like a feed, like a wire feed. Of course, it's in my fucking area. It's in my master closet to get into the wall or whatever it is. So I'm compromised, but like she's all over finding this thing and trying to figure this out. So anyway, that's the reason why I picked the beer. It's perfect timing for it. So anyway, we got more intro stuff for sure. Obviously, we're going to talk about our Thanksgiving plans. But Dan, you were at the Cleveland-Pittsburgh football game.
Hell yeah, we were, baby.
How was it?
It was fantastic. You couldn't have asked for a better day for what, November? What's today? We're doing it on Tuesday. No, today's the 21st, so it was
Oh,
the
is it?
19th. Yeah,
You're right.
yes. November 9th. Sun was out. I'm like, I wish I had some sunscreen. I might get a little blister
Yeah,
on my
what-
nose. I mean, it was perfect. Had to have new tailgate spot because our normal spot, I mean, we were compromised last year because this Cleveland company, Sherwin-Williams, wanted to put a new world headquarters. What?
A question. What time did you get there and who all went with you? Let's start there.
10 o'clock we got there.
Nice.
My
That's
entire
good.
family went.
3 hours before kick?
Yeah, hell yeah.
The entire family.
My wife was there, youngest Tyler, and then Delaney was there. So we had to find a new tailgate spot. And since the girls were coming, they wanted somewhere where they could go use the bathroom.
Oh,
So
country pea. What's wrong with
Kenny the dentist.
that? Kenny the dentist.
Kenny the dentist is like, you got to go to the pit. They got porta potties all over the place. Go to the pit. Because normally our tailgate spot was next to the hotel where my work partner Dave stayed, so we could take his key card and go pee. Happened to be
Got it.
right next to the casino too.
That's good. Did you place a wager?
No, I don't go do that shit.
The betting podcast.
The nice thing about the pit is the stadium's right there. I mean,
Money.
you're right next to the stadium, so it cut down on the walk. So rolled in, and didn't know where Kenny the dentist was, he was like 20 cars away.
Perfect. Perfect.
His crew and our crew, we'd walk back and forth. Now, the difference where he was, it's called the pit because you drive down. So there's a huge stone wall. He was up against the huge stone wall.
Yeah.
Had no sun at all during the tailgate
Ooh.
party. None.
Yellow
it
ball.
was like 20 degrees colder over in his area than where we were.
The yellow ball affects a lot.
It was gorgeous.
Who's drinking what? Yeah, I know you're drinking Bud Light.
I got this lid.
Ah, Dan got some new gear, right?
$20 special in the parking lot, baby. Couldn't beat it.
Dan showed me it's got some nice fleece or something
Fuzzy
inside.
yeah, look at that.
Fuzzy,
baby.
yeah. Like, that's a good score.
Big, it fits my big noggin.
Usually parking lot stuff is bad material shit. Not that piece of
Yeah.
material.
3 people from our crew bought them.
There you go. All right, so you're drinking Bud Light. What's Tyler, Delaney, Tammy? What are they drinking? What are they?
Tyler's got Bud Light. So we had Bud Light, Miller Lite in the cooler. We took 2 bottles of champagne and orange juice. So Tammy,
Mimosas, right?
yeah, we were there. Had mimosas, and obviously they shared them. There were a couple other girls there, and then they had this stuff called Mom Water.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we had a bunch of those in there, and then people showed up. Like Dave brought a bottle of Crown.
I'm sure he's wearing his Pittsburgh bullshit, right?
Oh yeah, he was the only one wearing Pittsburgh shit. We took a picture of everybody in our tailgate party flicking him off.
You remember Kenny? What's Kenny drink? What's his go-to drink?
I don't know what
He had
Kenny
some
was
fucking
drinking.
floater on my
when I
drink
was
or some
down
shit.
there, I don't know, but jeez, his wife made homemade pierogies.
Yeah,
Oh my
good
God,
tailgate
they're
food.
good.
Wait, did you
Those
make
were
shit?
good. I made a breakfast casserole. My theme was brunch.
You brought it.
I smoked it the night before
Nice.
and then heated it up. I had my little portable tailgate grill. Heated up bacon, and then I did a package of hot dogs too for anybody that wanted a freaking hot dog.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
great day, great time.
Oh,
right? Browns won.
fantastic.
Obviously, we're getting to
Browns
football
won.
in a bit.
Whooped the shit out of the Steelers.
We're nowhere close to talking about football. It is obviously Thanksgiving week here. Dan, you got some different plans. I know you've been talking a lot. You want me to talk about my Thanksgiving first? Or you want to go with yours? You've been talking a lot.
No, go ahead.
All right.
I don't. Ours is different.
Yeah, it is different. I'm looking forward to hearing about it because I know what traditionally Dan does, but I know it's off and it's different this year. But our traditional Christmas, the only
Christmas?
holiday. Did I say Christmas?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Tom,
Man, you're flipping the calendar.
I have a tendency to do that early. Our traditional Thanksgiving, it's the only holiday that my wife and I split up. She had deep-rooted traditions when I met her with her family coming up here, and I had deep-rooted traditions going to see my family in Dayton, Ohio. It's happening again. I'm so looking forward to it. My side of the family will get together. You know, obviously Thanksgiving's Thanksgiving, but it gets a little bit wild. You've heard about the stump game before, and
Yeah, I'm still disappointed we don't have a stump out here.
there's wild games that happen.
We're in a freaking tree farm. You couldn't bring a stump back?
We can. I don't know if Tim needs one. Let me know, Tim. I think I got one. I 100%
We need
have
one
I
here.
have tons. Dude, I have tons in the back. In any event, my niece Noelle has been tasked. Last year she did a great job. She's a ringmaster of the drunken games. Last year, I swear to God, I'm pretty sure I had a pantyhose on my head with a tennis ball. I don't know. I mean, there's always all kinds of wild debauchery that happens. We're going to use my father from the farm, his OG, original gangster Traeger
Hell
smoker,
yeah.
to smoke the turkey.
Vintage.
So it's Connor Keaton, myself, if I didn't mention that, going down there. And then obviously Katie will be up here. I'll be back on Friday, so it's a short little turnaround there. But that's that. I'm so looking forward to it. Grateful that we, have 2 great families and then we can do this split up thing. So anyway, that's our plans, for the next few days for Thanksgiving. But Dan, you have different plans this year than normal.
Yeah. My wife's side of the family, not big holiday.
They don't like the holidays? You're not
They
holiday
like
people?
the holidays, but it's
You know
not
they're
a
watching,
big,
right?
big,
Don't bad
get
mouth them too
together,
much.
cook, do stuff. So usually we end up at my parents' house where my mom cooks everything. Everything's scratch except for the olives.
And you're a big cooker, but even at home, like when it's normally at home, and I know you're traveling for this, and we're gonna get to it in a second. You don't cook at your mom's? Your mom does it?
No, my mom
Alright, fair
does
enough.
everything, and
I'll let it go.
my mom they do a turkey in the oven. My dad does a turkey on the grill. The big thing now with everybody likes turkey in gravy.
All right,
So
fine.
I mean, it's the gravy, and you put the
fucking turkey
turkey in.
fan.
And, what?
I fucking don't like turkey, but anyway, we'll get
Wait,
to that in a
you
minute.
don't like turkey?
No, fucking.
Why the
don't.
hell do I have turkey bacon and turkey sausage over here all the time?
That's different. Regular
Get the
turkey's
hell
dry as
outta
hell.
here.
Whatever.
Well, okay, you got to learn how to cook it.
I like the dark meat as opposed to like.
Oh, good grief.
It's a lot more juicier. Anyway, we're not doing that. Where are you going? What's the deal? What's going on
So-
this year?
Rented a cabin, my wife's side of the family, so we're all going up. We're in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Enemy
so-
territory.
Yeah. Well,
Where the fuck are the Poconos at? I've heard all about this.
it's on the other side, like by Penn State.
Oh, dude, that's a hoof. What's that, 5-6 hours?
It's 4 hours and 40 minutes. It's,
Good 5 hours.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll make it
Push coming.
in 4.
All right. You taking that family truckster that your
Yes.
wife drives?
Yep.
All right. Dan, how's that going to work, though? I mean, you got to be, I'm assuming you're
We're
cooking this year?
leaving. Well, first, tomorrow is my son's 21st birthday.
Yeah! Happy birthday, T-Bone. Come on,
So-
raise a glass.
We got that.
Oh, man, that's a
And-
fucking mess.
Guess where it's at?
Where?
Royal Gardens.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So Tammy's like, you're in
Wait,
charge
that's tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Ah.
She said, I'm in charge of the bar bill, and she's in charge of the food.
Biggest drinking day of the year, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. So
Wait, who's in charge of the bill? What'd you say?
I'm in charge of the bar bill. She's in charge of the food.
Fuck that.
I
Barbell
don't
suck.
know.
Barbell's going to
Yeah.
suck on T-Bone's 21st birthday.
Yeah. So a lot of shit going on. So we had the tailgate party. We got Tyler's party. And
Busy.
then we're going to this cabin, and I'm cooking there. So I got to do all my stuff.
But you don't, I mean, do you know what amenities you have? I mean, are you just cooking in the
I have
oven?
no
as opposed-
clue. The only thing, I'm taking a roaster. So 'cause I got 3, I actually bought 4 turkey breasts, boneless turkey breasts, because I didn't want the bone because they take too long to cook, because we got to drive and then I got to cook. So I got 3 of
take
those
'em all.
babies. I just put them in the brine tonight, so they're brining.
Oh,
My
prepping.
turkey breast. Yeah, I'm prepping. Instant mashed potatoes. I don't know. Have you ever had instant mashed potatoes?
Yeah, they're fucking
Have
great.
you had them?
They're fucking great.
Instant mashed
You don't
potatoes.
fucking know. Yeah. They're fucking great, right? Bob Evans, down on the farm?
Just the freaking
Ore-Ida?
box where you. Yes.
That's it. I had some
I'm like,
water and shit. Yeah, fucking milk, whatever.
This is so easy compared to making real mashed potatoes. So I got Sam's Club. I got this thing. It looks like a freaking milk carton. 65 serving.
What do you think about stovetop stuffing? Speaking of that,
Love it.
Pour some,
Love it.
I mean, fucking great, right?
Love it. I got
Fucking
the
great.
instant gravy mix. So we're set up. So I got to drive and cook.
You'll do
Thursday.
It. You'll do it. You
I
got
know
it.
I'm
You got
doing
this. You got
Yeah.
this, Dan. He's out of his comfort zone a little bit, but I'm sure it's going to go great.
Well,
Now,
my son's like, did you look at the pictures? Did you see that grill they got there? I'm like, I ain't even focused on that.
we'll worry
We can
about that
cook
when we get
sausage
there.
and hot dogs the next day. We're fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'm good.
We're kind of on the topic. I told you I'm not really a turkey fan. You got a random favorite side dish? What's your favorite thing that ends up on the Thanksgiving Day table? Or a thing you hate,
well-
maybe?
Well,
Traditional stuff that's on the table.
my brother has a recipe from my grandparents, and it's some people call it stuffing, some people call it dressing. I don't
Same
know what
shit
it
to
is,
me.
but it's with all the gizzards, the livers, all
fuck, I
that
don't
stuff.
know about
Oh my
that.
god, it's
Fuck,
so
man.
good. I love it.
You add that shit that you pull out of the ass of the turkey into the fucking stuffing?
The liver's not in the ass.
What comes out of the ass?
Shit?
No, the thing, that pack of stuff. What is that?
Oh, well, yeah, the gizzards are in there. That's the heart and all that stuff. The liver, the heart, yeah.
Sounds foul. No pun
Oh,
intended
come on.
there.
You cook it. You haven't had chicken liver? Beef liver?
No.
Oh, dude.
Well, let's speak of other things that is traditionally on a table that I never tried, but I'm pretty sure I probably hate. What are yams? I don't even know what fucking yams are. Is that
Sweet potato.
It's sweet potatoes?
Yeah.
What are candy yams? What does that mean?
It's how you're prepared or how they're prepared.
Yeah, some brown sugar and shit. Does that make
Yeah.
it candy? Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't eat
You've
that.
had sweet potato fries.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was asking a question.
Same shit.
My favorite thing for sure that ends up on the tea-giving table is stuffing or dressing, as Dan wants to say, whatever you want to call it.
That's just what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know. Tom's in. Tom's interjecting right now.
That's what.
He didn't say it was his favorite
No,
thing.
well, the one I'm talking about, it's specific. It's not the like stovetop
Correct.
with the breadcrumbs. This is a thick. It tastes gamey. I mean, you got to like chicken liver. It's got a distinct taste to it, but I love it. I mean, I like liver.
Do you eat the cranberry sauce that shit ends
Now,
on
why
top?
the hell would I eat that?
Me
There's
neither.
so much other good stuff.
Right, exactly.
Why,
Yeah.
why do I need it?
I'm
No.
telling you, I maybe take a small piece of turkey because I enjoy all the sides way more, whether or not it's the potatoes, the stuffing, or whatever other bullshit that ends up on the table. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. So
When they're smoking that turkey, how do they do it? Do they brine it
Tim's
first?
great. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that, but I see it, and Tim's like, do this, do that. I mean, I'm not really in charge. I'm usually watching football, but the football's not that great. We're pretty close to it, though, I think. We got other bullshit we want to talk about before we get into football?
I don't know what's on that list.
No, this is good. I think we covered most of
I'm
it.
sure something's going to pop into my head from fricking the game.
That
I'll
happens.
Be like,
That
man, I'll
happens.
tell you what. It was awesome.
I'm going to use another
And-
beer.
I was buying beer when we got in there. They introduced Nick Chubb. They introduced the defense, and then the last person they introduced was Nick Chubb before the game.
Place go shit nuts?
Oh my God, it was insane.
What's this got to do with beer?
Huh?
What's this got to do? Oh, you were buying beer while that was
I was
happening?
buying beer. Yeah, we had just gotten into the stadium, and I was buying beer, and they were announcing the defense, and because the TV, they got the
Big
TV
screens
sit
everywhere,
up
right?
there, and
Oh, I see it in the
the
concession.
place
in the
went
aisles.
freaking nuts. And the other thing, I don't ever remember being in the stadium when it's been that freaking loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Obviously, rivalry game.
insane. When well, you saw? Were you watching the game? Did you see the?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I saw part of it. No,
didn't-
I didn't see all of it. I mean, they
Did
were
you
playing at the
see?
same time.
Did you see the play when we didn't get the safety?
No, I didn't see a lot of
Holy
your
hell.
game, actually, now that I think about it.
They,
Because
they were in
playing
the
at same time.
end opposite of the dog pound, so they were in the closed end of the stadium. It was so freaking loud, and I don't know how those pricks didn't call that a safety. I mean, it's a joke.
I'm halfway through my beer. We're not out of the fucking intro. Last week, Dan was...
Dude, I'll tell you what. The other thing,
Shit. We're not out of the intro.
the Jim Donovan smashed the guitar. I mean, that's the thing.
Oh, nice. He's a cancer survivor.
Well, he's the radio announcer
Right.
for the Browns.
Home of the voice of the
He
Cleveland
did the
Browns.
first game and then went and did treatment for his leukemia, which
Leukemia.
it came back, and he's done with the treatment. So this was his first game back. So before the game, they always have some kind of celebrity smash a guitar because Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I like that. I like all that.
And Jim
I like
Donovan
smashing shit.
crushed the freaking
Yeah?
guitar to start the game.
You did a good job?
Yeah, well,
Went to pieces?
it's obviously a guitar made for smashing.
Oh.
But then
Like, exploded?
between the third and fourth quarter,
Fuck, man.
they had another kid up there on that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage,
Stage thing.
just shredding Metallica. I mean, it was freaking awesome.
They enjoyed
Awesome.
it. They enjoyed his game day experience. We got to move this show along. Holy shit, it's
Especially
long.
since we whipped the shit out of the Steelers.
All right. Enough with that. Last week, Dan, it was a tough week. Dan survived. He went 7-6-1. He has a sparkling record on the season, 87-74-3. That's 13 plus. He hit his elephant pick. He has a tendency to pick the Cleveland Browns. They covered the number. 5-5-1 on the season. He did improve on that a little bit. Anyway, I had a tough week. I went 5-8-1. I'm the reason why there's no shots on the table this week. I still have a very good record. I'm 11 plus at 86-75-3. Dallas was my elephant pick. They had control of the game out of the outset. I think they won by 23. They were 10.5 point favorites. I'm 6-4-1 on the season, so I continue to trend in the right direction on that. We are on to Thursday football, right? Usually I would say Thursday night football, but that's not the case.
Thursday.
It is Turkey Day Thursday, which means that we have 3 football games. It starts at 12:30 on Fox. Traditional host, the Detroit Lions. They host division rival, the Green Bay Packers. They come to town. Detroit 7.5 point favorites in this football game. Green Bay 4-6 on the season. Detroit runaway winners of this division, NFC North, at 8-2. Green Bay comes off a home win, though, against the Los Angeles Chargers. Jordan Love looked a little bit better. He's looked probably the best he did all year last week. He stacked a couple of fairly good games together. Defense played pretty well, but then you got Detroit. Obviously, they're a superior team, and that's why they're 7.5-point favorites in this football game. They won their home game against the Bears, where they were down the entire football game. They didn't look great, but the Bear defense played pretty well in that game. I got to talk about the Bears. They're on Monday night. They lost the turnover battle. They still found a way to win the football game at the end. They got this, 1-2 punch at running back with David Montgomery and the scat back Jahmyr Gibbs. They're a talented football team. They're -7.5. Oh, by the way, this is pageantry to this Thursday, Thanksgiving stuff. Halftime entertainment is Jack Harlow. You know who Jack Harlow is?
No.
I don't either, really. I know he's a rapper. He's like a white rapper. Not that that matters. I think my son Connor's girlfriend Bree's a big fan of him. I know he was a guest picker in Columbus one time. That's how I know she's a fan. But anyway, he's halftime entertainment. We always get halftime entertainment, at least at the first couple of games. Anyway, Detroit -7.5 in this game, Dan.
Detroit. Green Bay, I just saw Aaron Jones is out with an injury, so
Yes.
You're taking an offensive weapon out of there. I'm not sold on Love. Big game at home, division game. I'll take this one. Detroit.
Lions are pretty good sized favorite, over a touchdown, 7.5. It's that running back tandem that they have, and Montgomery's a pounder, and Jahmyr Gibbs is so quick, so fast. I mean, I love that 1-2 punch. I mean, it could be a knockout punch.
Well,
I'm gonna lay it. I'm gonna lay it as well.
It's funny. Whenever I watch the Eagles and that Swift is running the ball, I'm like, how did Detroit get rid of this guy?
Yeah, I mean, that was designed. It was. I mean, they used a top 10 pick or 11 pick, maybe 11 or 12. I don't know what he was in regards to the draft. And running backs don't generally get drafted that high. And Jahmyr Gibbs was the second running back off that board in the draft because the Atlanta Falcons, I want to say, drafted Bijan Robinson in 7th.
They did.
So, I mean, people were surprised when Jahmyr Gibbs came off the board, but he's been an important cog piece of that offense. Dan and I both love the versatility of that offense. We're both going to lay a number, 7.5. All right, traditional host in the 4 o'clock hour. It's on CBS. That's the Dallas Cowboys that host. It's another
Holy
division
shit.
game.
So by the time I get there, and I'm cooking, this is what I got to watch, the friggin' Cowboys.
That's exactly right.
I feel like I'm at home.
Washington Commanders travel to Big D to play Dallas. Dallas, big favorites, 11 points in this game. Washington 4-7 on the season. The Cowboys are 7-3. Washington, they come off of their home loss against the New York Giants. Dan, the Washington Commanders have lost 2 games to the New York Giants this season. That's fucking hard to do, Dan.
Dude.
Like, really hard to do.
How many times are you going to make that kid throw the football, too? That
Right, Sam threw the ball
Good
like
grief.
43 times in the game.
He's still icing his arm.
Yeah, probably. Probably stuck the fork in Ron Rivera as head coach going forward next year. That loss to a division rival like that. Speaking, I always miss this shit. I did it on the first game. Halftime entertainment for this game. You know who it is, Dan? Dolly Parton.
Cool.
How the F old is Dolly Parton?
70? I don't know. How old's Dolly Parton? Tom?
This becomes somewhat of a tradition on the show. Alexa, how old is Dolly Parton? Stop doing it up to your feet, Tom.
Dolly Parton is 77 years old.
77.
Tom, do you make out with Dolly Parton? That's your wheelhouse, right? No?
Like younger women.
She is
Younger
younger.
than
How
that?
old are you? Stop doing that with your feet. You're making all that racket.
82.
8. You're 82. Tom's 8. We have 5 years younger. That's
So
perfect.
Dolly's too old for him.
You never hooked
That's
up with
what
Dolly?
he's
77-year-old Dolly?
Much younger than that.
All right. We're not going to get into Tom's past too terribly much. Dallas, big favorites in this football game. They were in Carolina last week. They were on cruise control. They were my elephant pick. I want to say they won 33-10. Obviously, there wasn't a lot of competition there with the Carolina football team. Another defensive touchdown for the team. Their cornerback, Deron Bland, tied an NFL record, like a little bit past halfway of the season. 4 pick sixes on the year so far for that kid. Good for him. Minus 11, Dan. They covering this number?
Yep, I'm taking Dallas.
Me too. I don't like it. I think we're going to see non-competitive football on Sunday, at least the first 2 games.
On Thanksgiving Day, not Sunday.
No, that's right.
We're not there yet.
No, did I say Sunday?
Yeah.
That's 2 mistakes already. Oh, that's over my quota. I try to keep it 1.5 the line for
So we
mistakes.
can kick you in the nuts when you make another one?
I said Sunday?
Yeah. Run it
anyway.
back. Do I need the red flag?
No.
those commercials?
I know the stupid
Yeah.
commercials. Whatever. They're still stupid. Anyway, the nightcap on Thursday is a pretty good football game, if you ask me. It's at 8 p.m. It's on NBC. It's another division game. All 3 of these games on Thursday are division games. It is the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. San Francisco full touchdown favorite. Minus 7 in this game. They come in 7-3. The Seattle Seahawks are 6-4. The division, I wouldn't say it's up for grabs, but Seattle's a chance to tie this division with a home win. San Francisco comes off of their home win against Tampa Bay. They've looked the part the last few weeks. Remember when they lost 3 games in a row, Dan?
Yeah, when it started after the beatdown the Browns gave them.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe, but it
What do you
seems
mean,
like
maybe?
Well, it just
Come on,
seems-
it's fact.
the last couple of games they've looked really good again. I mean, Brock Purdy had a perfect quarterback rating in that game. They did lose their safety that I love, that Hufanga kid. They lost him for the year. I think it's a knee ACL, if I'm not mistaken. So they keep on getting, it's a battle of attrition in the National Football League, and that's where we're at this point in time.
Yeah,
You try to survive, right?
Every week you lose somebody.
But they look really good again. Seattle, they come off of that loss in Los Angeles against the Rams, where they had complete control of the game,
Yeah.
and then they didn't at the end.
And what's Geno's status?
Yeah, he got banged up in that game. Drew Lock had to come in the game. He promptly threw an interception, put the Rams back in scoring position. Seattle had a chance to win that game late. It was a 55-yard field goal by Jason Myers. It went right. It got pushed right. They didn't win the football game. Obviously, it was a huge loss for them, but they have a chance here, to square this division with the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers minus 7 on the road, Dan?
49ers.
I know, right? I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. I mean, we're laying big numbers here, Dan. But the question for me is Geno healthy?
That's the huge
That's the
question.
problem. And we're shooting on Tuesday as opposed to Wednesday. We have no injury reports. Obviously,
The
shooting
game
on
would be
Tuesday
the next
because of the
day.
Thanksgiving
I mean,
holiday.
are you going to know?
So that scares me. I mean, I think San Francisco is.
If he's hurt today, he's going to be hurt Thursday.
I think Seattle makes this a game. I'm changing my pick. I know it goes against wisdom because San Francisco's looked so good the last 2 weeks, and Seattle hasn't necessarily. I think Geno's going to play. I like the Seattle defense. I like them to keep this game under the number. I'm going to take the Seahawks, getting the full touchdown at home, hoping that fan base, which is going to be lubed up. I don't know who the entertainment is. I saw it. It's like DJ something or another. It's
DJ
this a DJ. No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't a name, and there's somebody else, but I didn't understand it really.
I don't give a shit.
So anyway, that's Thursday. We have our first Black Friday game of the year. Or the year. Ever. That's what I meant to say. Thank you, Tom. That's probably 3 mistakes already, right, Dan?
Oh, yeah. Nut kick.
First Black Friday game in the history of the National Football League. It is the in-laws team.
What time is this game on?
It's at 3 p.m. on Friday. On Amazon, I got
So
you,
what
Tom.
college games are usually on? Who plays?
There's a handful of them for sure. I think the biggest game is at night as far as the college. It's rivalry week in college football, and it's some good stuff. And we'll probably talk about a little bit in the outro. I think the best game on Friday is Oregon State. Oregon State's in the
that's a
mix,
good game.
or Oregon's in the mix in regards to the playoffs. Did you see the rankings come out? Did it change at all? You see what the rankings were today? College
Wow,
football
that
rankings.
shit's on tonight.
Yeah, before we came on. But anyway.
No, I don't. Last week they did it after they had a college basketball game and did it at 9.
Oh, they did really? Maybe.
I'll tell you right now.
You don't need a walk-off set. That's way early to walk-off set.
Checking my people.
All right, to
Wait,
recap,
no, hold on. Washington moved up.
what is it?
They
What's
did
1,
it.
2, 3, 4? What do we got? Georgia? Ohio State,
Georgia,
Michigan.
Ohio State, Michigan, and Washington are the top 4.
No, very good. They moved Florida State down. It sounds like
because the quarterback got hurt.
that sucks
Yeah,
for them.
Meh.
It's an NFL
They're
show.
Florida State's 5th, Oregon is 6th.
All right.
And by the way, Matt Canada got fired.
They're coming up on the board for sure. Didn't make the leg lamp move, banging the table around a little bit.
Well, I blew.
Right. First, Black.
Made your can move.
Okay. First Black Friday game ever in the National Football League. Just to recap, it's the Miami Dolphins who are 9.5 favorite points on the road to play the New York Jets, another division game.
Are we back to calling them paper airplanes?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Miami, let's talk about them first. They come off of their home win against Las Vegas. They were off by the week before, and I tell you what, I wasn't terribly impressed by them. I thought they were going to look much better on the offensive side of the ball coming out of bye. They didn't. The offense committed 3 turnovers in the football game. They're a good football team, don't get me wrong, and they're a potent offense, but I just thought they were going to look better coming out of bye than they did. I mean, the Raiders were in that football game throughout for the most part. I didn't think that was going to happen. And then let's talk about the Jets real quick. They come off of their loss against Buffalo, and the offense is fucking horrible, Dan. I mean, it's fucking horrible. We got to change, right? Well, let me not historically awful, but let's talk about how awful it is. There was not one reception made by a wide receiver in a football game. The best pass that was thrown by the Jets in that football game came from the fucking punter on a fake punt. He completed like a 30-yard gain. I think his name's Thomas Morstead is the punter for the New York Jets. They've hit rock bottom on offense, and as a result, we do have a quarterback change. Some dude named Tim Boyle is going to be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets at home on Friday at 3 p.m. Tom, we cracking beers at 3 p.m. on Friday?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. In Dolphin speak, that's EEE. That's a yes. I'm certainly going to be back in town for that. We got it. Dolphins minus 9.5 in this game, Dan.
Well, Dolphins beat the teams with losing records.
What do you think about that, Tom?
Is it going to be 10 points
Yeah.
on this one? Defense is good. Division game. Black Friday. What's the weather supposed to be?
I don't know that.
Jets aren't going to score. Maybe 9 points. So
I'm laying the wood with Tom because I'm
I am too, because I mean you're changing quarterbacks to give them a really short time to freaking
You do. It's a pretty
against
quick
a good
turnaround.
team,
Friday
good
game.
defense. Yeah, no, I'm going with Dolphins.
I mean, the Jets defense can play some football, but meanwhile, I don't know where the offense is going to come from. I kind of agree. I mean, and it's a short week, as Dan said, for new quarterback Tim Boyle. I think he's been in the league for a while. But anyway, we're both on the Fins, minus 9.5 in the game.
Yeah.
All right, big football game coming up in the NFC South. It's New Orleans Saints traveling to play the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are literally a half-a-point favorite, so you can call this game a pick-'em, if you will. New Orleans comes off by, Atlanta comes off by. So they're both well-rested in this football game. Currently, the New Orleans Saints hold the lead in this division, or hold the division lead. They're the only team that is 5-5 or has like a 500 record, if you will. The rest of the teams are sub 500. The Atlanta Falcons are 4-6, so they can square the division with a home win here.
Wait, is it minus 0.5?
It is 0.5, so it's basically a pick'em game. 0.5. I mean, what's the difference, right? You might as well just put it at a pick'em game. Both teams up by. We know what New Orleans is. Atlanta's going to go with Desmond Ridder as quarterback. They kind of been flip-flopping in the season with Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder and who's going to be the starter. I think there's some conviction that Ridder's going to be the starter going forward. My thing with Atlanta, I think they need to get Bijan Robinson. We just mentioned him earlier randomly in the show about getting him more involved. I think he was a 7 or 8 pick overall in the draft. I don't think he's been involved enough. I don't know. New Orleans, Atlanta, who's going to win this football game?
Atlanta.
Me too. I'm taking the home team. I agree. I don't know what's going to happen in this football game. I mean, it's a lousy division. Somebody's going to come out of here. The tighter it is, the better it is for me. I enjoy it. We're both on the Falcons, giving the measly half a point, basically to win a football game. Pittsburgh Cincinnati is the next football game on the board. Pittsburgh is a 1-point favorite into Queen City in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh 6-4 on the season. The Cincinnati Bengals are 5-5. Pittsburgh comes off of their loss.
They're
as we
beat
all know,
down in Cleveland.
they lost 13 to fucking 10.
Beat down. Did you watch the game?
No,
It
the
was a
Bears are
beat
playing.
down.
Dude, it was no fucking beatdown.
Dude, their offensive numbers are skewed because that dude scored that 74-yard touchdown. You take that away, they didn't do shit.
Jalen Warren ran the ball 74 yards to get
Didn't
the
do shit.
only
Helped
touchdown.
out by the refs. They didn't give us the 2 points. And then when Jerome Ford scored, they weren't even going to give us a touchdown.
We're not talking about the Browns. They come up later on
But
the
I'm
board.
telling you, that team's garbage.
The Steelers are
Garbage.
extremely limited on offense. And obviously there was not obviously, but there was an offensive coordinator change today. in
Change. They
Pittsburgh.
fired the fucker.
Yeah, they fired Matt Canada, who was the offensive coordinator. Mike Tomlin probably trying to provide some sort of spark for this Pittsburgh offense, who just runs the ball and plays solid defense for the most part. But Dan, if the tournament started tomorrow, the fucking Steelers are in. They're in right now.
They're out in the first round, like they
Probably.
normally do.
But they're in the tournament, and anything can happen. Cincinnati, I mean, the big news out of Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's out for the season. They played on Thursday. Burrow wasn't on the injury report, and there's a lot of consternation about this. And he throws a pass where he's not hit, and he like loses his shit about his hand and arm and shoulder or whatever the hell happened. A wrist, I don't know.
And then the thing with the video with their
That's a little shady, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of shade.
Yeah, a lot of shade,
Lot of
right?
shade.
Because he just threw an out route. He didn't throw a bomb. He threw like some. I think he threw the ball to the running back in the flat, and like he's just like no, like it was
Yeah.
over type of thing. That sucks. It kind of seems like a lost season for the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, they got a backup quarterback, Jake Browning, playing in this football game, and going forward, obviously, because Burrow's out for the season. I mean, it's a lost season for a very good football team. Sucks for them. Pittsburgh's -1. They're in the tournament, like I said. They're in the conversation. Dan, they're going to win in Cincinnati?
No, if Cincinnati runs the ball, you can run the ball on the Steelers. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Play defense. Kenny Pickett's not good. They're not going to have this solved in a week. They're going to come out and try and throw the ball all over. Well, no, I'm going to go with the Bengals on this.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to tell you why. It's not really about football. It's about the mentality of the Cincinnati Bengals. They probably know their season's over since they don't have their star quarterback going forward. And to try to, I mean, this is on Zach Taylor to get his football team ready to play. I mean, it's a difficult task when you know that your leader went down for the season. The Steelers, like I said, they're in the mix here. I mean, maybe there's a spark with the offensive
not
coordinator
in the
change.
mix.
I don't know. They're currently in, Dan. What do you mean they're not in the fucking mix?
They're
in the
outgained
mix.
every game. Every game this year they've been outgained on offense.
All 10. 100%
They've
correct.
lucked out. Their luck's running out.
My pick is based upon mentality of the football teams. I'm going to take the Steelers minus the 1 point in this football game. That's the second time Dan and our odds on the board so far. Very big football game coming up next. It's division game again. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to play the Houston Texans. The Jags are 1 point favorites in this football game. Another short line. AFC South, I'm pretty sure it's AFC South. 100% up for grabs this weekend, this Sunday in Houston. Jacksonville, they come off of their home win against Tennessee, pretty much of a beatdown one. A really big bounce back win after they got destroyed at home against San Francisco. They're pretty good on both sides of the ball. Let's talk about this Houston Texans football team. I mean, out of nowhere, right? They have a chance to take, really, with the tiebreaker lead. Dan, I want to say it was 2 or 3. Houston went into Jacksonville and not only beat them, they whipped the shit out of them. They won the game 37-17 in Jacksonville. I know this because I went out on the survivor pool in that game in my side of the family. But Houston, they come off of their win at home against Arizona. It wasn't an easy win. It's the second week in a row that C.J. Stroud threw 3 interceptions, but he's also put up a lot of points and yards and things like this. This thing with this, you know who Tank Dell is?
What?
Tank Dell. He's a wide receiver for the Texans. It's becoming a thing. Like, I mean, their connection is real. They're a pretty good football team, Dan. Is Jacksonville going to go into Houston and say, this is our division?
No, this is freaking revenge from Ohio State on Clemson. I'm on Houston. C.J. Stroud is the real deal.
He's been great. I mean, he's been really great. I know he's thrown 3 picks, but he bounces back, and he led a game-winning drive the previous week.
He doesn't get rattled.
He doesn't.
I mean, shit
He's got a lot of
happens. He
composure.
doesn't get rattled. Hey, Fabio.
Who's that?
Fucking
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
The prince that was
Yeah.
promised, as my son Keaton
Yeah.
calls him?
Does he have a sword? Screw it.
I see
I'm
hey.
taking Houston.
Make a turnover, I see people going like this. I think that means putting your sword in your
Yeah.
jimmy. What is that called? A holster, I guess? I don't know. Anyway,
Sheath?
I'm going the other way. I think the Jacksonville football team is a better football team than the Houston Texans. I think they exact some revenge in this game. I'm taking the Jags -1 in this game. Next game on the board.
Peterson's going to be eating ice cream on the night before and be standing there at Houston going, I wish I had more ice cream.
I'd stop the show and ask about this. You're talking about Doug Peterson, the coach of the
Yeah, he
Jacksonville?
likes ice cream. You didn't know that?
No.
Hell, you don't watch
Why do
anything.
you know?
I think I do more freaking work for this show than
Why
you
do you know that he likes ice cream? I mean, everybody
This
likes
is a
fucking ice cream.
It was part of the Super Bowl bullshit. He likes his ice cream when he was with the Eagles.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
That's what I'm saying. Why is because some fucking coach wants to eat ice cream? We've got to make a segment about it.
This is fucking stupid. The show's gonna be wildly long. Dan's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I gotta go with pralines and cream.
What? That's not even a fucking flavor.
Oh, it's my
What?
favorite.
Pralines
ice cream.
and cream?
Okay, so
What
vanilla.
Okay.
It's my
Okay.
favorite flavor.
What are pralines? Like, is
They
that a
add
nut?
shit to vanilla.
Wait, what are pralines? Is that a nut?
It's yeah.
Okay. Fuck it. Just asking. Jesus.
What's your favorite flavor?
I don't know. I don't. I just fucking do.
I'm curious because I'm gonna bust your balls when you say it. What is it?
Banana. Banana or banana
That's
cream
fucking
pie.
sherbet.
I know. You're right.
It's
You're
not
right.
even fucking ice cream, you douche.
Anyway, my wife's out here.
Banana
too.
ice cream. Who the hell eats that?
Oh, it's so good.
Freaking monkey.
Oh, banana cream pie is the best because you get the.
That's not even ice cream. Now we're on the pie.
He's right. He's right about that. I gave him a hard time about the
Yeah.
pralines and pussy or whatever he said. What'd you say?
Cream.
Cream. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to football. Tampa Bay and Indy. Indy 2-point favorites at home. Tampa Bay 4-6 on the
I
season.
think that's his fourth mess up if you're counting.
What is?
That's so he gets kicked in the nuts twice. Yeah.
This is a mess of a show. Tampa Bay.
Thank God there's a studio audience person here.
Tampa Bay and Indy. Indy 2-point
Wearing
favorite.
his Browns colors.
Are you guys done talking? Are you guys done talking?
You can talk.
The show's got to go on.
Well,
Tampa.
no, who gives a shit about the next?
It's a betting podcast, Dan.
Four
Tampa
games.
Bay at Indy. Indy -2 in this football game. Tampa Bay's 4-6 on the season. Indy's 5-5. Tampa Bay comes off their loss out in San Francisco. They were kind of game. They were competitive. They were 1 of 3 in the red zone. They're not as good a team as San Francisco. You got to do better in the red zone than that to win the football game. They didn't, but they were game. And then we got Indy. They're coming off bye. They're in the mix here, Dan, at 5-5. I mean, they're one of the 1 or 2 teams just outside the window of wild card teams in there. I mean, they're healthier, I would assume, coming off break. You got Gardner Minshew at quarterback going forward, and we know him. I mean, he makes big
Uncle
plays.
Rico.
He makes big mistakes, you know. But they're in the playoff race, Dan. Indy -2.
Tampa Bay.
Not me. I'm going with Indy -2 in this game. They're at home. You know, they're in the mix. I guess both teams are in the mix, if you will. I mean, we'll see as it starts to dwindle the later we get in the season. But anyway, Dana and I are odds again. I'm on Indy -2. Dan's
Wait,
taking
I'm
the Bucks.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks, but do I want to wait and hold my pee for this game while you talk? No, I'm peeing now.
All right, fine.
The next 2 games are shitty.
Is it? Oh my God, this is a horrible show. New England and New York at the New York Giants is the next game on the board.
Messed up 4 times.
New England's -3 on the road in this football game. New England's 2-8 on the season. Giants are 3-8. New England comes off a bye. I'll tell you what, this game right here is the game for draft position, if you will. Both of these teams probably need a quarterback in the upcoming 2024 draft. It's a big game for position in regards to this because it'll flop the 2 teams for sure in regards to draft order. With that being said, I mean, the New England Patriots, I don't know if they found an offense on bye. I don't know because their offense is horrific. We have no idea who's starting at quarterback. Bill Belichick came out today and said that he's not going to tell anybody until game day whether or not this Bailey Zappi kid or Mac Jones is going to start at quarterback. I'm not positive it makes a difference. And then we talk about the New York Giants. They come off a big division road win against the Washington Commanders. And Dan, I've been talking about this kid named Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito from Jersey.
Straight out his parents' basement
Yeah, he's living in his parents' basement.
to throwing 3 touchdowns in the football game against the Commanders.
Hell yeah.
And a runaway win. It's a great story. I mean, it's a great story.
It's the best
Tommy
story
DeVito.
from the Giants.
They're obviously their defense played really well too. They got 6 turnovers in that football game. I don't know if that says more about the Giants defense as opposed to the Washington offense, but hey, they got them. So
I
good
just
for
love
them.
the
Good
kid
for
from
Tommy
Jersey
DeVito.
living in his parents'
Dan.
freaking house.
New England -3 in this football game.
I'm going with freaking Giants because of DeVito.
My wife's shaking her head. I'm going to go with her. It's the New England Patriots -3. They have a better defense. I don't know. This is a horrible football game. Nobody's
coaching
watching
staff
this game.
blows.
Nobody's watching this game outside of
If you're going to bet, unless you're related to DeVito, stay away from
out of
that
the
game.
northeast part of the country. Nobody's watching this game outside of New York and Massachusetts, etc. Next game on the board, Dan, equally
one's
off a
watching
game.
this bullshit
Carolina and Tennessee. Tennessee 3.5-point favorites. I'm trying to get through. I know it's been a very long show so far. Carolina's 1-9 on the season. The Tennessee Titans are 3-7.
You should not talk so much then.
Carolina, home loss against Dallas. They continue to look like the worst football team in the National
They
Football
are the
League.
worst football team in the National Football League.
Bryce Young continues
He's
to
terrible.
look lost. I think it's very unfair to call Bryce Young terrible. There's not a lot of pieces around him, but he continues to look lost. I agree with that. I mean, the offense gained less than 200 yards again.
I want to rewind to one of our first shows where you were all over the Steelers offense and how good they look.
In preseason?
Yeah,
Sure. What does that got to do with anything?
because you were on the bandwagon because they look so freaking good and they suck
We're not
ass.
talking about this. Stop talking. I mean, Dan's all like wound up because his Cleveland football team's 100%, I think, going to make the playoffs, but they're not even close to being on the board. Tennessee, once again, to recap, they're -3.5 against Carolina. I mean, nothing looks good in Tennessee. They come off of their loss in Jacksonville, but they got fucking waxed. I mean, they can't run the football. The offensive line isn't very good.
That's scary when you can't run the ball when you got that running back.
Yeah, it's the offensive line. It's not really good at all. And Will Levis are running out a rookie quarterback, and he has flashes. He looks good at times, and other times he makes mistakes. It's a tough recipe to try to gain a win if you're Tennessee. But meanwhile, they're playing the Carolina Panthers. It's time to fucking win. I mean, here we go. Dan, 3.5.
Tennessee.
Yeah, me too. Carolina, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know, man. They're really bad. Both teams are really bad. But here we go again. I mean, this is Bryce Young. It's, again, a chance to play another rookie quarterback. Will Levis, obviously. Are you looking over your shoulder?
I see a fuzz. Oh,
I got it for you. Even though you're like mean to me, you got the fuzzball that you were.
I mean you.
Anyway, remember Carolina?
You're just saying that because I'm going to kick you in the nuts.
Remember that Carolina football game Thursday night against the Bears where Tyson Bagent was the quarterback for the Bears? He was a rookie, undrafted guy. Now we got Will Levis, who was, I want to say, in the second round, drafted by Tennessee, and we got this showcase of rookie quarterbacks. Tennessee -3.5.
Yeah, it's Tennessee.
All right.
I mean, and that kid, Carolina has no weapons on offense. I mean, none. There is nothing.
They don't. I'm going to lay it as well. I don't want to. I'm kind of rooting with my heart because I mentioned it like almost every show because that's where the Bears season is. They have Carolina's #1 pick overall, or #1 pick in the draft. Hopefully it's #1 overall. I think they go to 1-10. Hopefully it's by 4 points or more.
Hopefully you trade it and don't take that idiot Caleb Williams.
We'll talk more about that later in the season or maybe the beginning of next. It is the Los Angeles Rams in division playing the Arizona Cardinals out in the desert.
Jeez.
Rams are 1-point favorites in this game. Rams are 4-6 on the season. The Arizona Cardinals are 2-9. Rams come off their home win against Seattle, where they were like dead. They were down the whole game, and then they make a play, and then Geno Smith goes out. Drew Lock comes in, throws a pick. I mean, they've always been competitive. The defense continues to play well. They're not
Cooper
complete.
Kupp out?
They're 4-6, probably. They're 4-6. I guess they're not completely out. They're not
No,
eliminated by any means, but
He got injured, right?
he did. Let's see if I can get this back on the board here. I don't know if that's possible. I'll do my best. And then Arizona, they come off their loss in Houston. They're 2-9. I think I mentioned it. But they had their chances.
They had their chances, but then did you see that one pass that Kyler Murray threw? I was like, what the?
Yeah, I mean, they certainly had their chances. Kyler Murray certainly helped that team. He's dynamic, I guess, at a minimum. Defense played well. They had 3 picks. I mentioned that earlier when we were talking about Houston. But the problem with Arizona, they went 0 for 3 on 4th down. That's not going to get it done. They lost the football game, but
They should have been better on first down then.
they're a much more competitive football team, Dan. Rams at Arizona. Rams -1.
Arizona.
Me too. I'm taking the Cardinals. I like them too. This thing's shaking. I don't know if it's wind. I don't know if we got some solar heat. I don't know what's going on. But my leg. Oh, it's you. It's Dan banging
It's
things around.
fragile.
Hey, we are finally on to the 4 o'clock slate, Dan.
Woo!
And it starts with Dan's Cleveland football. Browns traveling out to the Mile High City to play the Denver Broncos. Broncos 2.5-point favorites in this game. Cleveland 7-3 on the season. The Broncos are 5-5. Obviously, Dan's pumped about his football team. They're currently the 5 seed in the tournament. If it started today, they come off of their home win against Pittsburgh. I want to say it was 13-10 was the final.
It should have been 15-10.
Dan, I think you're the best. I think it's the best defense in the National Football League.
Dude,
I'll let you talk about your team.
Just watching the highlights, our defensive line is so fast. I mean, when they snap the ball, it's just the line is completely caved in around the quarterback.
You have a super.
I mean, it's unbelievable how fast that defensive line is.
Dan, you have a Super Bowl caliber defense. Let me ask you.
A Super Bowl caliber team.
I meant to ask you about last week, and I don't think it happened. Kevin Stefanski made a big decision in regards to when Deshaun Watson went down. Is it going to be Dorian Thompson-Robinson going forward? We're going to run P.J. Walker out here? He chose DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. What do you think about the decision? Let's start there.
I agree with the decision because
Me too.
P.J. Walker, you've seen how P.J. Walker plays.
You know what he
after
is.
A week
You know
of
what he is,
practice.
right?
Yeah, and in the games, he's a turnover freaking machine. He scared the hell out of me.
You know what?
Give this kid a week of practice, and you're the starter, not going, hey, guess what? We're ready to go out on the field. Deshaun ain't playing. You got to go play the Ravens. I'd have shit my pants too. But, give him a week of preparation. You game plan around him. He didn't throw deep.
Right, it was very conservative.
I mean, and
a couple of guys at the office were like, I didn't like how conservative the play calling was from Kevin Stefanski. But meanwhile, let's give this guy a little bit of a learning curve here.
Our offensive line, if you look at our tackles, have been decimated. Our starting offensive line,
Sure.
both offensive tackles are out. And then DeJuan Jones, a rookie, has come in and played. And he started his first game was the second week of the season, and he went against T.J. Watt. And the first time against T.J. Watt, he didn't do shit. T.J. Watt didn't do shit.
Dan's wound up
Sunday, he didn't do shit either, and they were rotating because DeJuan Jones is coming off an injury, so they're changing him.
Nobody
and
cares
Hudson
about
back.
his offensive line play,
It
Dan.
doesn't matter. The Browns. I'm taking the Browns. What do you mean nobody cares?
I understand the leeway.
We're kicking ass because TJ Watt, blah, blah, blah. The only reason he gets a sack is because he goes fucking inside. He's running away from the kid that's kicking his ass the whole game.
I think Kevin Stefanski 100%
Coach of the year.
made the right decision in regards to going with the rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Well, hell yeah. You got to see what you got, too.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think you know what the ceiling is for P.J. Walker, but you don't. Dan, the thing to me, the intriguing thing is, you don't know what the ceiling is for Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
No, dude, and
he
if you
hasn't played, right?
watch the game, there were so many passes that were dropped. That dude's throwing bullets, and those guys couldn't catch him.
Well, I mean,
he's throwing bullets.
Here's the thing. I mean, nobody cares about the team that was the runner-up. They care about the team that wins the Super Bowl. I mentioned that I think the Cleveland Browns have the best defense in the National Football League. And you give this kid Dorian Thompson-Robinson a half a season, which he has basically, to no longer be a rookie and go into playoffs. And who knows? Maybe you catch lightning in a fucking bottle. You're not going to catch lightning in a bottle with P.J. Walker because we know what he is. I mean, he's been in the National Football League for multiple years. He's been in the XFL. He's been this. But maybe you catch lightning in a bottle, and it's about winning Super Bowls. So I love the decision from Kevin Stefanski. With that being said, Denver, 2.5-point favorites in this football game. They come off of their win against Minnesota. This team is winners of 4 in a row.
Here's my problem. When Denver plays, it seems like teams play down to their shitty level. That's what scares me.
I think
That Denver team sucks.
I think they lucked out last week a little bit against Minnesota. It was, Monday Night Football? Short week for them. They didn't score a touchdown until the last minute of the football game, and it was kind of a ball that Russell Wilson threw up for grabs that Cortland Sutton came down with. They won the football game.
That's what I'm saying.
They won the turnover battle. They won the fucking football game. Dan, they're 5-5. They're in the mix of 2.5-point favorites in this game. I know where Dan's going.
Stefanski's a better coach than Peyton. I'm taking Cleveland.
I agree completely. Defense is travel. I'm 100% laying the points. It's a candidate.
Don't get sucked into playing like shit because of the team you're playing.
Dan's rattling on and on. I mean, it's a candidate for elephant pick for me. I like them a lot. Dan,
I'm done. I won't say anything on the rest of these.
No, this game's so long. I had to go potty. You got to introduce the next game. Let's see how it shakes.
Holy hell. This is Sunday. This is a 4 o'clock game. Where's Taylor Swift at? Is she back in town or she's still in South America? Next game on the board is the Chiefs going out to Vegas. The Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites. They never cover. They didn't look good on offense Monday night against the Eagles. Kelsey and the rest of the receivers look crappy. Kansas City's going to win, in my opinion, but it ain't going to be by 9.5 points. And I don't know all this other shit he's got written here.
I'm going to try to cut things off here. Yeah, it's Kansas City at Las Vegas. Obviously a division
That was a
football
quick
game.
pee.
Yeah, did you watch the Monday Night Football game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was...
They didn't look good at all.
No, I mean...
Kelsey looked tired, maybe because he was in Brazil.
Here's the thing with Kansas City. I mean, they're missing a go-to receiver. Who's the go-to receiver they're missing, Tom?
Tyreek Hill.
Yes, sir, they are. They're missing a go-to receiver. Their receivers couldn't catch a cold on Monday night.
Because they got, what's his name, back?
Valdez
Pringle.
Scaling with a huge drop. Kelsey
No,
with a turnover.
who got cut and they took him back?
Oh, McCole Hardman?
Yeah.
It wasn't cut. He went to the Jets for a hot minute. He's back, but they got the, I mean, I mentioned the Island of Misfit Toys from Rudolph on the show last week. That's what the wide receiver core is for the Kansas City Chiefs, like a bunch of Island of Misfit receivers. They need somebody that he can count on, whether or not it's going to be Rashee Rice or whoever else. This Justin, who the fuck that guy? Justin
Sky
Houston?
Moore.
That guy, anybody. But meanwhile, these are a bunch of average receivers. They need somebody there. I mean, I don't know if the Vegas Raiders, speaking since they're playing them, were willing to give up Devontae Adams. But can you imagine Devontae Adams in the Chiefs right now and a go-to guy for Pat Mahomes?
Yeah, that'd be
It would
scary.
change the offense completely. They lost that game in Philadelphia, a game they probably should have won. The Vegas Raiders, they were very game in Miami against the In-Laws team. They had to lead at times. They're 5-6 on the
Wait,
year.
Kansas City has the same record as my Browns.
Yes, they do. Fine. Are you done talking about your Browns? You've been talking about your Browns a lot. Anyway, Vegas, they were competitive in Miami. The defense, I mean, they've been rejuvenated under Antonio Pierce. Don't get me wrong. They have a rookie quarterback. He made some mistakes. I didn't think Miami probably put their best product on the field. I think we're going to see that going forward. But anyway, they were competitive. You said the Chiefs minus 9.5. You're taking the Raiders?
Yeah, the Chiefs don't cover. I'm taking the Raiders.
They don't. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree, and it's just where is Pat Mahomes going to go with the ball type of thing. I certainly think the Chiefs win this football game. I think it's under the number, though. I think it's a touchdown game. Dan and I are both on the Raiders. Next game on the board, the last game that we're going to see at the 4 o'clock window on Sunday, a very good football game. It's the Buffalo Bills traveling to play the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 3-point favorites in this game. Buffalo 6-5, currently out of the playoffs, which is hard to believe. playing Philadelphia. Philadelphia has the best record in the National Football League at 9-1. Buffalo. We come off of last week their win against the Jets. I mean, they had a offensive coordinator change, right? Joe Brady, Ken Dorsey out, Joe Brady in. I know you didn't see much of the game. They looked
I didn't see
okay,
any other game other than the Browns.
right? I mean,
Now, who was the Sunday night game? Well, the Bills played Sunday night, right? Who played Sunday night?
maybe against the Jets, maybe it was a Sunday game. I don't know. I mean, the offense didn't look a lot different,
I
but
fell asleep.
they had a
'cause
pretty-
I had eaten too much.
They had a pretty good competitor in the Jets defense. So don't get me wrong, it wasn't the easiest task in the world, but it looked a little bit better. I mean, they have a really tough schedule going forward. The Buffalo Bills.
Well,
I mean,
they were supposed to be a really good team, so I don't want to hear any bullshit that they got a tough schedule.
all right, fine. They played.
Their team's not living up to their schedule. They suck. They can't run the ball. The offensive line sucks. They're a mess.
I was just talking about Buffalo's tough schedule. Listen,
They're supposed to be a tough team.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, you can, but
Okay.
I mean, you're just fucking. I mean, it's just. It's like I'm sitting next to somebody. I'm watching ESPN and listening to somebody over there.
They're a very good football team that goes to
They're
Philadelphia
not a
this
good
week.
team.
And you know who they play next? They play Kansas City, and then they back it up with Dallas. That's
Okay,
a
but-
brutal 3-game stretch for the Buffalo football team. They got to come out of this 3-game stretch 2-1. I don't know if they're going to do it.
They're not. They're not that good.
Philadelphia, we just talked about. They come off of their win on Monday night against Kansas City. I don't know. I would almost, I mean, it may be a little bit strong. Call it a lucky win. There were some drop passes by Kansas City that they certainly should have won that football game, if you ask me. But they're a very solid football team. They have
You
the best
just said
record in the
Kansas
National League.
City didn't play that good, but
played
Philly's
horrible.
lucky to win.
They were lucky to win. The drop passes by Kansas City, and they win the football games. Specifically, Valdez-Scantling, who dropped a touchdown in the fourth quarter, which there's a chance I catch. In any event, Philadelphia -3 in this football game.
Wait, I'm still stuck on there's a chance you might catch.
It could happen.
I got good hands. I'm not saying I would have been there. I would have been 30 yards short of it because I'm slow. But in any event, if it hits me in the hands like it hit Valdez-Scantling, there's a better than 50% chance I hold that ball.
I'm going with Philly on this one.
-3 in a football game. I mean, Buffalo's like almost playing for their playoff lives. We mentioned it last week.
They're not that good.
They're not. I think their game, man. I don't know. Their backs against the wall. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to win this football game. I am. I know it's risky. I don't know. I'm sure I'll play it because it's late in the 4 o'clock window. Hopefully I'm not chasing my money. But anyway, it's a risky play. Anyway, we're finally mercifully on to Sunday Night Football. It is Baltimore traveling across country to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Baltimore 4-point favorites in this football game. Baltimore 8-3 on the season. Chargers 4-6. Baltimore comes. They're off their mini bye if you win. Their win against Cincinnati, which I would put an asterisk next to, kind of, since Joe Burrow went out in that football game. But they come off their Thursday win. It was a costly game as well. I think they might have lost Mark Andrews, their star tight end for the season.
What might have?
There's still question whether or not he's going to come back if they make the playoffs.
They
which
just
they're
had
gonna play.
surgery on him.
I know, they're still talking about it. He's not out for the season. They
He's
haven't
out.
ruled him out. In any event, and
He's
their
out.
defense wasn't that great. I mean, their defense has been really good the past few weeks. I didn't think it was that great against Cincinnati, but so it was a ho-hum performance. But meanwhile, they're going to win the football game, of course, because Joe Burrow goes out before half and they got a backup quarterback. Of course they won the football game. Now the Chargers, they come off their loss in Green Bay, where they had all kinds of opportunities to win this football game. I personally played my money. They pissed me off. They can't win close games. I mean, Keenan Allen dropped the touchdown pass. Their tight end dropped the 4th down conversion. And then at the end of the game, their rookie Quentin Johnson on a bomb dropped the ball too. That would have won the fucking football game by 4 points, by the way, and covered my money and made my bank account a little bit better. In any event, they can't seem to win close games. They can't close games. Bosa got injured. I think Brandon Staley's out if they don't make the playoffs at a minimum. Baltimore -4 on Sunday Night Football going all the way across Coastal.
Chargers.
Why? Because you don't want Baltimore to win?
Nope. Don't want them to win, and the Chargers are going to win. Baltimore's not that good. His safety blanket's gone. Mark Andrews. What are you going to do? Throw to Odell? Because he's going to get hurt?
I don't necessarily disagree. I mean, the Baltimore defense is very good. They're going to get tested this week with Justin Herbert. The kid can play quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got weapons. Catch the damn ball, Chargers. I mean, they got Eckler. I mean, they got some firepower. I like it too. It's a long trip. I like this game to be really competitive. I'm going to take the Chargers as well, getting the 4
It's a
points.
trap game here.
We're on Monday Night Football. Mercifully, I would say. It's been a very long show. It's my Chicago Football Bears traveling in division to play the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings 3.5-point favorites. The hook. Chicago is 3-8 on the season. Minnesota 6-5. Currently, Minnesota is the last wild card seed. They still have it, even after the loss in Denver. Chicago comes off a loss to Detroit, a game they 100% should have won. They invent new ways to lose games. There was an absolute meltdown. They were up by 12 points with 3 minutes left in the game. They found a way to fucking lose the game. With that being said, silver lining, Justin Fields' first game back in, I want to say, 3-4 weeks. He looked really, really good. And that's what the Bears are looking at the last half back part of the season to see if Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback of the future for the Chicago Bears. The defense played really well again. Now, Minnesota.
Wait, I don't know why you're questioning Fields. Is that going to be your coach of the future?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so your team's a fucking mess.
That's fine. Minnesota minus 3.5. They did everything out in Denver but win the football game. And once again, it was a turnover issue that happened. They committed 3 turnovers. They had the lead in the game for the most part. Denver got a touchdown in the last minute of the football game. It swayed the outcome, obviously. They're missing Justin Jefferson, obviously. He hasn't come off that mini IR. He's eligible to come back. We'll see where his hamstring is. Minnesota minus 3.5 in his football game. I'm going to take the lead. It's my football team. I picked against them last week. They obviously covered the number. I went the wrong way in the football game. I'm not going to do it twice.
Last week.
You did. You were on him. I was not. I made the mistake. Justin Fields, I expect him to back up his performance last week. And I think this is a very competitive football game. I think the Bears may even win it. I am on the Bears getting 3.5.
I'm taking Chicago.
Very good. I mean, it's been a very long show. Obviously, we had a lot to talk about with the holiday coming up here in 2 days. Also, there were no buys, so we had 16 games to pick. Dan, we're on the best bets, elephant picks.
Cleveland.
Again? You just can't keep doing that because you like the Browns.
Stop saying it's a long show. You're making it longer.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's important. It is important. I do like Cleveland a lot. I do, Dan. I like them a lot in that game.
Take them.
I agree with Dan, actually. I was surprised when I pull up these lines and put this stuff on the board that we look at here. I was surprised. I thought this game was a pick-em, or I thought the Browns were going to be favored. Defense is travel. I'm on the Cleveland Browns with Dan as our elephant pick. Here we go. Really good week of college football, Dan. Rivalry week in college football. Real quick. I know it's been a long show. Ohio State getting 3 points against TTUN. That's the team against North. We're on the Bucks, right?
Ohio State.
Go Bucks. OHIO. Hey, listen, it's Thanksgiving.